Hello everyone, welcome to English Listening Motivational Channel. Today we bring you a short story on hard work, patience, and trusting the process. The story reminds us that we should stop comparing our chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. That even if we work hard, success doesn't always come quickly and at the same pace with our colleagues, friends, or people we follow on social media. But for our peace of mind, we have to trust the process, because eventually, in our own timing, we will get there, and that comparison is the thief of joy. While listening, you will also learn new English words and simple sentences in an easy and fun way. So listen carefully, relax, and stay with us till the end. Maya scrolled through her phone, her thumb pausing on a photo. It was her best friend, Priya, at her medical school graduation. Priya was beaming, surrounded by her proud family. Maya felt a familiar, sharp pang in her chest. She was happy for her friend, truly. But the happiness was tangled with something else. A quiet, gnawing voice that whispered, "Why isn't that me?" Maya wasn't a failure. She was a hard worker, a devoted daughter, and a loyal friend. She had dreams, big ones, but her path had been a winding one. She had changed majors twice, struggled with a health issue that set her back a year, and had taken a job as a waitress to help her family. Now, at 26, she was still working on her degree. Priya, meanwhile, was already a doctor. Every time she saw her friend's success, she felt a wave of inadequacy. The disappointment grew quietly. It wasn't in loud arguments or dramatic scenes. It was in the small moments, the embarrassed silence when an aunt asked, "So Maya, what are you doing now?" It was the way she scrolled past LinkedIn updates of former classmates landing prestigious jobs. It was the ache of feeling like she was perpetually standing still while everyone else sprinted ahead. She began to avoid her friends. She stopped answering calls. The vibrant, ambitious woman she once was started to shrink, consumed by the feeling she was behind and would never catch up. She felt like a ghost watching other people live the life she was supposed to have. One evening, Maya's father found her sitting alone in the backyard staring at the stars. He sat beside her without a word. Finally, he spoke. Not about her, but about something else. "You see that big bright tree near the fence?" he asked, pointing. Maya nodded. It was a magnificent oak, tall and strong. "I planted it the year you were born. It grew fast. Everyone admired it." Then he pointed to a small, gnarled sapling in the corner of the garden, barely visible in the twilight. "And that one, I planted it the same week. It's a Japanese maple. For years it didn't grow at all. I thought it was dead. I almost uprooted it." Maya looked at the two trees, confused. Then last spring, it suddenly sprouted 100 new leaves. Now, it's a masterpiece. "But it took decades to become what it was meant to be," he said, his voice gentle. "You see, the oak and the maple don't compete. They grow at their own pace, in their own time. If I had given up on the maple, I would have missed its beauty entirely." Maya looked at the two trees with new eyes. She wasn't the oak. Maybe she was the maple. She had spent so much time comparing her timeline to Priya's that she had forgotten to trust her own. Her father continued, "Do you know that J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before someone said yes? Mark Cuban was a bartender at 25. Morgan Freeman got his big break at 52. Their time wasn't the same as everyone else's, but it came." Maya felt a shift inside her. It wasn't the loud celebration of a victory. It was the quiet, still understanding of a truth she had always known but never believed. Her path was her own. She didn't drop out. She went back to her studies, not with the frantic anxiety of catching up, but with the quiet confidence of knowing she was exactly where she needed to be. The next week, she met Priya for coffee. Priya was exhausted, overwhelmed by the demands of her residency. Sometimes, her friend confessed, I feel like I'm drowning. Maya listened, no longer with envy, but with compassion. They were on different roads, facing different struggles. Priya's success was not the finish line, it was just another part of her unique journey. Years later, Maya graduated, a little later than her friends, but with a purpose and a passion she had never felt before. She wasn't ahead, she wasn't behind. She was exactly where she was supposed to be. She had felt like a failure in a race she was never meant to win. Because sometimes you are not behind. You are just in a different season, and every season, in its own time, brings its own harvest. Today, we have learned new words and sentences through this story. Learning English can be fun when you practice regularly. Keep listening, learning, and improving your English. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe